Alabama game. Because we always hit the nail on the head. So check this out, my Miami Hurricane fans. My Alabama Crimson Tide fans. The little bit of y'all that it is. But nonetheless, Miami versus Alabama. Now, the times for this games has been released. Not just this game, but Clemson versus Georgia, Florida State versus Notre Dame, and for the first time ever, you got Ole Miss versus Louisville. So let's talk about the game that really matters the most, Miami versus Alabama. So Miami versus Alabama will be on at 3:30 on ABC. And if you have an ESPN, account or cable provider, you can watch it live streamed on ESPN, the ESPN app. That goes for all 4 games. Now, 7:30, Georgia versus Clemson, prime time. Okay, so Miami will play the early game, and Clemson, Georgia will play the primetime game. Now, I do believe that Clemson and Georgia will be ranked a little bit high, so that's why they're probably putting them, in primetime or whatever. I do believe, Alabama probably will be ranked at number 1 or 2 because, a lot's being said about Oklahoma right now. But nonetheless, Alabama will probably be ranked high, and Miami will probably be up in the maybe 10 to 15 area. So I understand why, but you also have to look at it too. Georgia versus Clemson was a big rivalry at one point. Now, Clemson went on to do great things, winning the ACC, winning championships, and Georgia went on to, can somebody in the comment section tell me what Georgia went on to do? Because I can't think of nothing. They had Mark Richt. I think they won an SEC championship like one time or something like that. Damn. Didn't they give up like 25 points to lose to Alabama in the championship, if I'm not mistaken? Damn. I don't know. I guess Clemson's the only relevant team in this game. Clemson versus Georgia. So there you have it, man. I'm picking Clemson to win this game. I do think these two teams are probably evenly matched. And I think Georgia's probably catching Clemson at the best time. But who knows? It's college football. Anything can happen. Now, Miami versus Alabama, I know most of the whole world, nobody expect Miami to win this game, but we're going to win it. We're going to win. Alabama fans, I don't care what y'all talking about. We're going to whoop y'all ass. Now, Florida State versus Notre Dame, that is on a Sunday, 7:30. Prime time. Of course it's prime time for them. Sunday. Who else is going to play on Sunday? Now, I do believe Notre Dame win this game. Why? Because Florida State suck. Plain and simple. They suck. They suck. Norvell is not it. He's not it. I don't say this 100 times. He's not it. He's making good strides. He's doing some good recruiting or whatever. They commit to decommit. Now, I do believe Notre Dame win this game. I don't see Florida State making that big of an improvement from last season to this season. I think they'll be lucky to win 5 games, if you ask me. Now, if you ask every Florida State fan, they're going undefeated. They winning the championship. Nah, dead serious though. Most Florida State fans would be happy with 7 to 8 wins. Huh? Yes. Most Florida State fans would be happy with 7 to 8 wins. They have reached an all-time low. Boy. That's tough. Now, Louisville versus Ole Miss. ACC versus SEC. Never faced each other. No history to go off of, basically. So somebody going to be 1-0 in this little thing. Now, will it become a rivalry? Will they schedule this more often and this, that, and the third? I don't think so. I think it's a one and done or couple down the line here and there, but nobody cares, really. This game is going to be on a Monday night. Tune in if you want to. Most people probably... Y'all let me know if y'all going to watch it or not. I can't speak for y'all. But Alabama versus Miami. Now, if De'Ara King does start that game, it will be De'Ara King versus Bryce Young. Now, we all know who De'Ara King is. Ain't no doubt about that. You know, his name speaks for himself. If you don't know who De'Ara King is, you've been living under a rock. Go search him on Google. Go search him on YouTube. You'll have no problem finding this guy. Trust me. Search him at Houston. Search him at Miami. You'll have plenty to see. Now, Bryce Young, on the other hand, if it's not high school or Alabama spring game, we don't know the kid. He hasn't done nothing yet. He's going to have to prove himself, basically. So, quarterback-wise, hey, I'm giving it to Miami. Now, if push comes to shove and De'Ara King does not play that game, Jake Garcia, that's who I'm running with. That's who I'm running with. Now, that's not saying that Tyler Van Dyke probably won't start, but from what I've seen from Jake Garcia so far, I think the kid's a true freshman, and, you know, that's who I would like to see go out there and start against Bama. That's a crazy start, right? Defending champion, you know, throwing them out there to the wolves, basically. But I would love to see how he do under pressure. Done great so far. But anyways, man, Alabama. Now, Alabama defense last season was suspect. Scraped fruits. Rainbow flags. Ole Miss tore them up. I'm talking about Florida stuck with them down to the end. Down to the end. Now, if shoe thrower, Marco Wilson, if he didn't get popped, I mean, he got popped. If he didn't fumble that ball, the game probably could have been a little different. It could have been a little different. I'm just saying, Alabama fans. Now, y'all did make it through the playoffs. Y'all did blow out Ohio State or whatever, this, and that, and third. But we all know Ohio State players, they was not focused in that game. They was not focused. They was thinking about that therapist that was doing all them crazy things to them the whole time. So, anyways, man, Miami versus Alabama. I think Miami got this. Play mistake-free football. If you look at it from a paper standpoint, Alabama's leading in every direction, but we don't care about that. We don't care about it. None of that. None of that. We're going to win this game. Alabama fans, cry if you want to. Tell me I'm delusional. I don't give a damn. We're going to whoop that ass. Like Jimbo said,